Hello! I hope you guys enjoyed my intro music as much as I do. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Cupcakes and Coffee Conversations. Oh my God, it's time for the holidays. It's time for Christmas. You guys like my ears? And my ugly Christmas sweater. Yes. So guess what, you guys? I've been posting. You know what's about to happen. But before I get started with my guest, I hope that you have your coffee. Ooh. My coffee today is a caramel brulee with heavy whipping cream. You guys know how I feel about heavy whipping cream. And I have been eating cupcakes all week. Ugh, this is too much. And my favorite are all of them. So, that's the favorite of the day. So, with that being said, of course, we've got to start with our cupcakes and coffee, because how can we enjoy the show without cupcakes and coffee? Duh! So, let's get on with my guest. Oh, my God. Okay. So, you guys know that when I was doing the quarantine art show, when all of this stuff started popping off with the pandemic and everyone's coming out with all this quarantine fun, I had this beautiful young lady on live with me on Facebook, Instagram, and oh my God, she blew everyone away. So I want you guys to welcome my guest, Nicole Melissa. Woo!
Hi.
Hi there. Hello. Welcome. And just so everyone know, the telephone number is going across the screen now, which is 678-381-1973. And with that, you can call in, make any comments, just say, hey, we love this, we love that, we want to join in a conversation. You're more than welcome to do that as well. So Nicole, come on in.
I'm right here. Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to do this for you again. I thoroughly enjoyed it the last time, and this time I get to do it all over again and with some Christmas spirit this time around.
Yes, I am loving it. So for those that didn't get a chance to really meet you the last time, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Nicole Melissa. I am 25 years young. I just graduated from Indiana University with a master's in vocal music performance, and I did my undergrad at Georgia State University with a bachelor's in the same degree. So I studied opera, classical music, got my music degree, and here I am today pursuing it as best as I can in this wonderful pandemic time. So any performance opportunity, I'm super blessed to take. So again, thank you for allowing me to be here and do this for you.
Yes, this is super duper duper awesome, because and I want to kind of dig into what opera / classical, what all of this means, for those of us who enjoy it and those of us who just want to learn more about it. Tell us what classical music is all about.
Oh, that's such a deep discussion right there. It's probably one of the older singing art forms, at least classical singing wise, because it's the way that we were trained originally years and years and years ago to sing, and later on throughout time evolved. We've done different styles and aspects of singing. So I guess people would say this is the proper way, the correct way to do it. Does not mean I don't enjoy doing other stuff, because I do. So classical music, it's just how it's so hard to explain. It's how like a composer and will create the music in the art form, and then you need to have the proper technique and training to be able to produce what the composer is looking for. So just you've got your classical composers, Puccini, Mozart, Beethoven, Strauss, many, many, many more I can name off the top of my head who, created art song, which is classical song, but not from an opera. And if I say, oh, I'm about to perform an aria, that just means it's a classical song from an opera instead of an art song. So, and people still compose classical music or classical song today, and not just for voice, but for instruments as well. And it's also very beautiful. And it takes some time to really just immerse yourself. Like you have to just understand and appreciate what it's all about, because I know people, it's hard to not want to, like, oh, it's boring, nobody wants to listen to that. But it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of hard work that us classical musicians put into our studies.
And it's an amazing art form. If you sit and really listen and study and pay attention to it, and it does something like for your soul, and you're telling a story, and it's, I mean, people are there be like, oh gosh, and they want to bypass, the form. But if you just really just kind of open that little area over there on the left side of your brain and then just let that, just be free and listen and stop. Oh my God, I have become an amazing follower of classical and opera. And part of it is, because of you, Nicole. And I'm telling you, I absolutely love it. It's great downtime. And when I just want to it helps me to concentrate, which is, I just, like
speaking about concentrating, when I was, don't mean to cut you off, but when I was, when I was in school, like I would go to a coffee shop and I would just listen to classical music, not even like opera, but just like anything, just to help me write a paper, just focus. So I wasn't, distracted by what was happening outside in front of me. It definitely helps with that, for me at least. And then maybe for you and others, who knows?
Well, yeah. And I had no idea. And of course, music, this love of music that we have does different things for all of us in different ways. So why did you choose classical out of all the things, of course, in music that you could have chosen? Why classical?
So when I was a little girl, I always sang. I'm sure like a lot of little girls do. And I had a love for musical theater, and I still do. It's still like a true love of mine. But I knew that I would not be able to succeed in that field if I didn't have proper training in the classical field. And because, I mean, it could be a myth, who knows, but they say if you can sing classical, you can sing anything. Because the classical technique is the foundation, should be the foundation for all the techniques. Doesn't mean that the other techniques are wrong or anything. I appreciate everyone's style of singing, even if it's not done classically or the other way around. It doesn't matter. People, they have a voice, they have a gift, they should, use it. But for me, I decided to go to music school for that. And it was a transition. It took me a second to adjust to what this classical world was like, because it was a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. But I have made the best friends. I have met the most amazing people. I've gotten to travel the world and do things I never thought I'd do. And I'm super humbled and blessed by that. And, just, I would not give this up for anything. But that's why I did it. And I'm still doing it to this day. And it's still something that I enjoy singing, and I'm not going to stop. I enjoy it.
I love it. And you're amazing at it. I might add. Forget, I know that's important, loving it and being passionate about it. But when I tell you that you move and operate like this was like literally, not like, but that it is your purpose and gift, it's so awesome. And guess what, people? You're going to see it soon. So the major question on my show, Nicole, is what's your art?
Ooh, my art. The first thing that comes to my head is to perform. I love performing. I love being on stage, and not doing that right now is taking a toll on me personally. I feel almost empty inside a little bit, not being able to just give my heart to an audience and say, this is who I am. This is me as an actress or a singer or performer. So this is just one of these things where, again, thank you, Deetra, for having me here to do this with you. I'm just so excited and grateful for this opportunity yet again.
Yes. Okay, we have a caller is here. Yay, already. Okay, caller, may we have your name? Caller, are you there?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Caller, are you there? Or maybe they're just listening. Let's see here. Okay, got it. All right. Well, moving on to the other part. So we also discussed earlier that you graduated with your master's.
Yes.
And where did you graduate from?
Indiana University.
Blooming
in Indiana. Go Hoosiers.
Yes. Awesome. And then you also spoke about, now definitely tell us, how did the pandemic affect what you have been performing and things of that such?
Well, the pandemic really made me force myself to practice. There were, not gonna lie, a couple months where I just said, I'm gonna take a break and relax, and then I realized I relaxed for too long. And so back to practicing I went, and I'm here today. And but it took a toll, because we have opportunities to audition for places, and when everything kind of shut down, like I had a performance opportunity this summer in Italy that unfortunately got canceled. And I don't know if it's happening next summer, and if it is, like what they're going to do, if I'm still a part of it. Like I don't know. It's hard because we're so uncertain. And a part of me is also like, do I even want to do that, because this pandemic is still going on? How safe is it going to be? So I graduated, and then I kind of had this like plateau of, okay, why am I not singing right now? Where's my passion? Where's my love? And then I got a job, which is super fun, and I'm thankful for that. But I do miss my singing, and I miss performing, and the pandemic has taken a toll, not just on me, but my fellow friends and colleagues. Like, I know we're all struggling and missing it very, very much so.
Yeah, and especially when it has become a part, that it not just come a part of you, it is you, and as you said earlier, how you feel somewhat empty to not be able to just like touch that place where you were previously before. So meanwhile, I know that you have been working and things of that such, but then like, what have you had to think of things creatively, or maybe you and your friends have come together in some sort of way? I know that this is a great thing as far as with us being able to see your gift. Have you had to come up with some type of creative ideas to just kind of keep everything afloat with what you love to do?
Come up with / still coming up with. Yeah, I actually had a friend of mine. We sat down. It was right before summer ended, and we were like, okay, we're gonna do this Disney thing and sing, and you and I. And then we started that day, and it hasn't really gone on from there, because we have lives. She's married with a child and works full time. I work full time, so it's one of those things, like trying to balance out your work life with your musician life. Like it's very hard. But what was it? I was gonna say something else, and I've already forgotten. What else? Oh, and then I'm brainstorming. I've had some friends who are super supportive of me, who have said, why don't you do this on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff? And I was like, yeah, I want to. It's one of those things where I'm like, have to find the time to do it and force the time.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. We all have had to be super duper creative, especially, that we go out and we're used to, being one-on-one with each other. And now because of the pandemic, you're like, no, we can't do that. Social distancing, all sorts of things like that. We just had to kind of like, what can we do to keep everything branded and keep our names and things of that such? So I get it. So should we start with our first song?
I guess. So kind of like how I'm doing this is I'm just trying to give you stuff that you guys may be familiar with. Okay. Or like you've heard like, oh, I know that tune. So the first song I will be performing for you all this fine afternoon is O Mio Babino Caro by Giacomo Puccini. It is from Gianni Schicchi. I think you'll know it. So I can just go ahead and perform it for you all today, okay?
Yes, awesome.
Okay. Oh mio bambino caro, mi piace che l'avemo andare in porta rossa a comprare l'anello. Sì, vuoi andare e se l'amore
Oh my God. Let me tell you, I love when you get into performance mode. Like you stop and then you're like, and that head goes up. I said, here it goes. Oh my God. It's going down, people. It's about to happen. I just wait for that head to lift up, Nicole.
Thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Beautiful. Tell us what this song is about.
Yeah. So the daughter, Loretta, is pleading to her father, Dad, let me marry this guy. What's his name? I've already forgot. Oh, Ranuccio. Sorry, my opera friends might shame me for forgetting that. It's, she's just asking her dad, I really want to marry, who's Gianni Schicchi. I really want to marry this guy. Please let me marry him or I will kill myself by jumping off a bridge. So she kind of manipulates her daddy into allowing her to marry him, and so it's a comedic opera, and they get together in the end. But that's really not what it's about. But it's just that one little like, "Hello, I'm here," and then take a step back, and it's like the main song that everybody knows from it, which is hysterical.
Oh, so kind of paint a picture for us. Like, how would that be set up as a performance on stage?
Well,
like.
It's so funny because we have our operas and stuff, and a lot of directors take their own spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like the traditional way of performing them. So every director will say, I want it to be a 1920s themed, or a 2020 themed, or back in the old, when it was composed themed, and or disco themed, and they do their own thing. And so the one I'm thinking of is the one I most recently saw, and it was still in the, oh God, what century was it? I don't know, like 17th, 16th, I don't know, century. And but it was very just modernized. And so like you have everyone on stage being hectic, crazy, and then Gianni Schicchi, this man, he's kind of a like a mafia dude, I guess I would describe him as. Perhaps he comes down and he's like, I'm here, what's going on? And then she runs up to her dad, daddy, let me marry this guy, I love him, please. And he's just like, okay, you're a little cray. And so it just, she begs and pleads, and the spotlight's on her, and then just it kind of goes away. So it can go back to the main plot of the story.
So how long is typically when you go to an opera and you get tickets to an opera, how long is typically the shows and the segments? Like how does that flow?
So like I said, every opera is different. You've got some from 5 hours to like 3 days worth, or you go and come back kind of thing, or an hour. A lot of the modern operas are about an hour. This one in particular is done with another show typically, and so this whole opera is an hour, and then the other one that I think precedes it is an hour. So a total, it could last you 2.5 hours, but mainly I would say more on the 3 hour to 3.5 hour side. So you have to be ready for it, sit down and focus.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. So are we going to do another one?
Yes, of course. Let's see. What do I want to do next for you all today? This fine evening, I kind of have to move my... let's see. I'm trying to keep my voice ready.
It's amazing. Okay. Listen.
You're so sweet. So the next song I'll do, and I did it for you guys last time. It's a piece by John Jacob Niles, who he composed a lot of folk songs, and he used to travel as an assistant photographer, and he would hear when he was in the Appalachians, like he would hear singers and workers singing stuff, and so he would transcribe it himself. So he got all of his words and stuff from people working out in like the fields, and that's how his folk songs came to light. And so I'll start with this one that I just love. It's a bit on the slow side, and it's very similar throughout, and I just love it very, very much. So I will present it for you now, after I take a sip of my water. And let me know if I need to turn up the speaker or lower it or not, okay?
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Give it a second. Just let it load. Is it going to load? Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a few, but while we're waiting, don't forget, you guys can definitely call in at 678-381-1973. Also, if you're calling in to listen, you can also go to DKM Radio to see the actual show versus just the audio. You can look at us in visual, bright lights, camera, action.
Exactly. DKMradio.com.
Yes.
All right, let me, I think maybe. Go away from my window. Go back your ring, but I'll never get my true love as long as songbirds sing, as long as songbirds sing. Go on your way, be happy. Go on your way and rest. Remember that you're the one I really did love best. I really did love best. Go away from my window, go away from my door, go away from my bedside, and bother me no more.
Amazing!
Oh, thank you.
I love it. Encore! That's what the crowd's supposed to scream out, right? That's the way it goes, right?
Yeah, totally. No, actually,
Beautiful. Tell us about this one.
the one I just did?
Yes.
Yeah, so like I was saying, he composed it because he heard a lot of, I don't know, he in his travels he just heard a lot of people that were working in the fields. I don't know, I don't want to go as far as saying slaves, but perhaps. And and like I said, he transcribed everything he heard, you know, the beauty, the pain, the love that they had for their culture, their life. And he wrote music to the word. Yeah. And so, and I just love singing his stuff. It really just does something for your heart, your soul.
Yes. So speaking of such, who are some of your favorites?
As far as singers, composers,
singers.
All of the above.
All of it. Give us all of
it. Singers or composers. I mean, I love Puccini. And I love, like I said, John Jacob Niles. There is a French woman who I really enjoy her stuff, Cecile Chaminade, who I also enjoy. Just fun French art song. Not super difficult, but not super easy as well to sing. And it's very beautiful music, you know, because being a female composer was like and being a good one back in the day was a big, like, whoa, you can do this, you know, kind of thing. Like, women can do this stuff and do well in this field. And that's, you know, kind of how it's gotten more normalized. But obviously when in the early 1900s and 1800s and stuff, it just, being a female doing any of this stuff was not like acceptable, but people did it anyways. And if their family saw that they had talent, you know, they didn't care. I have the other one on the tip of my tongue. Who else do I love? Oh, they're husband and wife. And if my friends are listening, you know who I'm talking about. German. I can't think of them off the top of my head. So please chime in for a second to save me. And then singers wise, I'm Greek, so you know I gotta love Maria Callas.
Yes.
You know. So and I have, you know, just my thing is I don't have a favorite anything. It's just I appreciate good talent when I hear it.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, mediocre and they're trying, like I still appreciate it. You know, it's just, you have to just appreciate. Like I have been asked, what's your favorite thing to listen to? And I don't have one. It's when I'm in a certain mood. I love listening to reggae, pop, rock, hip hop, classical, anything. I don't have a particular favorite of favorites. Just good talent.
Yes, yes, I definitely agree. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm seeing all those messages.
See all the messages? Yes. So, all right, what do we have next, my dear?
Next, I have a Russian piece. So real quick, just like to give you guys a brief of what we kind of do and how we learn these languages.
Okay.
In my undergrad, and every school is different, I was required to take 2 out of the 3 main languages that we sing in. So it was either I picked from Italian, German, and French. And so I took a year of Italian, and then I took a year of German, and then also we're required to take diction courses. So we're required to learn how to pronounce every language. So again, you've got your diction for your Italian class, even a part of Latin is in there. You've got your diction for your German, even English diction I had to take, and French diction. And then Russian diction, it was not required, but I was really blessed to have a teacher who spoke Russian, and my stepfather is Russian. So it's not something that is taught as common in schools, but if you find somebody who speaks it, they can help you. Because there's always rules with singing in languages. We may sing things differently than how they're actually pronounced. Like my fiance is French, for example, and I'll sing stuff in French and he'll kind of get confused because he's like, but that's not how we pronounce it. I said, yes, but in singer's world, that's how it has to be done to go with music. So like I said, this next piece is in Russian. Beautiful. It's by Sergei Rachmaninoff. Trying to sip my water. So I will perform that for you at this moment in time. Let's see, does it start right away? I don't remember. It might.
Awesome. Chill box.
So to quickly kind of go back to this piece, you know, a lot of these composers, pianists and And you can get that idea when you hear the postlude at the end, where it's just this grand piano solo. So they show off the singer, and then some of the time they'll have their postlude that's really long. Rachmaninoff is very common for that, and so is Strauss. And like you'll hear that in composers who are pianists at heart.
Awesome.
Which is cool. Yeah.
So moving and amazing. Oh, I just knocked my earring off. So moving and amazing, and just that it was a calm with that song. Just you know,
I love it. It brings me down. It makes me just sink into the floor and relax. You know.
Yes, it was. It was just like woosah. Like I put my fingers.
Woosah.
Like, love it. So tell us about some things that you are looking. I know we talked earlier about the pandemic and some things that kind of stopped in your what you were going to do in Italy, but what are some of the plans that you have coming forth or looking to do next year?
Well, I'm looking to potentially still go to Italy. That would be great. But really, on another note, I'm getting married.
I was waiting for that. Come on. I was like, when is she going to mention this? So I'm just going to throw it in there myself.
I'm glad you did. I'm getting married. So, you know, obviously I'll perform when I can, but my main focus is to marry the love of my life, Kevin Beauchamp, who is unfortunately, he just left, but he, you know, I'll see him in a little bit. He's super wonderful. If you guys want to hear that quick story of how we met.
Yes.
So my mother, Karen, hi, I know you're listening. She is really good friends with his aunt, and his aunt and my mother having a dinner, and Kevin was visiting town. He was living in Florida for a time, and he was visiting town, and so my mom met Kevin, and she tells me, Nicole, you have to meet this guy. And I was like, no, I don't want to. She's like, you don't understand. He's, you know, he's good looking. He's French. He's this and that. Like, you have to just meet him. Just meet him. Just meet him. And let me tell you, Deetra, I had never had butterflies in my stomach until I met this man. I truly believe, and y'all may laugh at me, it was love at first sight for me. I was like, oh my God. You know, and I could not find we clicked right away. I had so many butterflies I couldn't eat because we went to a French bakery that's super great. It's called Dessert de France. It's in Roswell, Georgia, and that's where we officially met. And and he that's where he proposed as well about 2 years later.
Oh, I love, and you guys are such a good looking couple. Thank you. That's amazing. You can see the love, you can feel it, you know, and you know that it's not, you know.
He's my best friend. I'm gonna start crying. He's my best friend.
You can, I mean, seriously, you can feel it and you can see it. You guys are such a good looking couple. Like, it's just, I can't wait till. And is the wedding gonna be next year?
So it's set for October of 2021. Oh, you seem tearing up. It's set for October of 2021. So hopefully with COVID, it will still happen. We both have huge families, so we have to try to get everyone there. Yes. He's originally from Martinique, so it's a French Caribbean island, and so that's where he's from. And so all of his family, a lot of his best friends that he grew up with, they're hopefully going to be able to fly in and see us. And he does have family in France and in Florida and all over. But hopefully they'll come in. And at the moment it's October. I'm actually going wedding dress shopping on Sunday for the first time.
Oh my God, that's exciting.
I'm so excited. I don't know if I'll find anything, but my goal is to just pick something or just understand what I like on me.
Right, right. What will fit, but you have an amazing shape anyway. It's
that Peloton, not to promote. I mean, I'm promoting it because I love it, but we got a Peloton, those bikes,
really?
Like the stationary bike, and all those workout classes and stuff. Oh my God. And he's a personal trainer as it is. And but I still really enjoy doing the classes and the bike, and that has really helped me get my body back into shape since COVID happened because whew,
Oh yeah.
sitting on the couch and eating junk food does not help.
It does not help. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad to hear that review about that bike though.
Oh, we love it.
Cool.
He's so interesting. Like he's one to do all the research, like when it
Mhm.
comes to buying a car, when it comes to like the other kinds of bikes like Peloton. He did weeks and weeks, maybe even a month or so of research on like which is the best one, and this is what he decided on. He was like, "This is the best one."
This is the
He
best
will watch
one.
videos and videos and videos and reviews and figure it out from there. So
Awesome.
we did. We love it.
Yay.
So, yeah.
Well, we're going to get ready to, end the show soon. And then I just want, before we do our very last song, I want for you to kind of tell the followers where they can follow you because, you'll be going and doing all these wonderful things to come. And we want to make sure that we remember the name Nicole Melissus. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That is me. So I am on Instagram as Greek_Peach. So Greek Peach because I'm a Greek girl born and raised in Georgia.
Yeah.
So I'm a Georgia Peach. I think I'll be making, you can find me on Facebook. I don't have a page. I know we talked about this last time. I think I'll be making that pretty soon. I definitely think I'm going to venture into the TikTok realm and start performing on there, at least just little things here and there. I don't know exactly what I'll do, like if it'll just be plain opera or if I'll do other things on top of that, but I'm trying to figure that out, and once I get that into the works I'll let you know. But at the moment really just Facebook and Instagram. and that's all she wrote.
Awesome. Well, let me tell you, I am once again super duper proud of Nicole. I know her through her mother. Her mother, me and her mother are very great friends, Karen. And I know she's listening well. I love you, Karen. We have known each other for years. And I asked Karen to come and do a quarantine. And she told me, she was like, well, Nicole, she just graduated with her master's. You've got to get her on. You could do it with her. And I was like, okay, great. And that's how all of this wonderfulness started. So I am excited to not only, just watch what's about to just burst into your life, but the wonderful things that you deserve. You're a beautiful, beautiful young lady. And I just cannot wait to see all of the amazing things and to come see you perform when this Rona would just leave us alone.
Rona. Goodness gracious, Rona.
Yes. So we're
right.
going to do our last song. And once again, thank you everyone for coming to Cupcakes and Coffee Conversations on today. It was a pleasure. We'll be here, same place. Actually, next week after Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, wrong time. Christmas. We won't have a show next Saturday because we'll be la 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 la. So we will resume the Saturday after. But thank you for coming again today. Thank you, Nicole, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And we will end with your very last selection.
So, because it is Christmas time, I will be doing a Christmas song. Can we take a guess of what it'll be?
It's so many.
I know. Well, let's see, make sure I've got my pages in order because I forgot to hole punch them. And here we are. Okay, I'm ready. Let's just, you'll know it. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world and sin and error taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy, the grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his glory name. Christ is our Lord. Oh, praise his name forever. His power and glory evermore proclaim. His power and glory evermore proclaim. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, the night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
Amazing. Oh, guys. Merry Christmas, everyone, from our family to yours. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.